Good morning, everyone. Welcome to class 11th and new session. So you will be happy. So long time you are studying here. So today I am going to explain about the computer science. My name is Meera Thakur. Here I am going to explain syllabus and what are the chapters to be covered and which chapters are removed from your syllabus, so that we'll discuss about this. And first chapter, that is a computer system and organization. This is a basic. Its weightage is a 10 marks. So here first you have to remember one thing. You have to focus on developing practicals in computer science. See, if you want to be a good programmer, you have to focus on developing practicals in computer science and study night before. You have to study night before. That will, if deadline, you are doing in a deadline, that will not work in computer science. And don't expect to learn everything during the courses only. You have to gain your extra knowledge from other resources. So you have to do practice as much as you want to do. So it is a creativity. Programmer is a creativity. Here we learn about the Python. Basically, first chapter, that is a computer system and organization. Next chapter, that is a weightage of, we'll discuss about this. Here I am going to discuss about the syllabus. First, computer system and organization, its weightage 10 marks. And second unit, that is a conceptual thinking and programming. It is all about the programming language. Now this time you have a Python programming language. In this you learn about the who developed Python, what is Python, what is the use of Python, and its data types and operators can be used in a Python, and different type of iteration, conditions, list, string, tuples, dictionary, and so many modules also you learn in this. So this is its weightage is a 45 marks. So you have to focus on this if you want to be a good programmer. So you have to work hard, and this is a creativity. Don't think Python is a you will fear about it, that it is a very easy language. Python is a very easy, single 2-3 line. Other languages you will talking about the earlier C++, it have a 5-6 line code and will display the one line answer, one word answer, one word output. Here in a single line statement you will get your output. So it is a very easy to understand, but you have to focus on it. And its data type are predefined. So we'll discuss about this. Next unit, it is a society, law and ethics. So books are not available right now, and some old books we have. Some topics we are covering from that, which are come up. And this chapter, third unit, its weightage is a 15 marks. So total theory you have a 70 marks. Next, first chapters I am talking about the 10 marks weightage, that is you are learning from beginning the from class 1. This is a computer basics. Here computer system and organization, these topics will be covered up. and basic computer organization, description of computer system and mobile system. So we'll discuss about the operating system different, and CPU, memory, hard disk, input, output, battery, and types of software, which are types of software, application software, system software, and utility. We'll discuss about this, and which storing memory unit, that is a bit, byte, MB, GB, TB, and PB. And also we'll discuss about the Boolean logic. So these are gates. Boolean logic gates are these: not, and, or, NAND, or not. These all truth table. We'll discuss about the De Morgan's law, logic circuits about. So here number systems are also there. Number system, we'll discuss about it. And encoding schemes, that is a ASCII, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. This about the all over the world we follow this rule. And UTF, that is a Unicode text format. These all will this is a ASCII, Indian Standard Code for Information Interchange. This is done in India. All language which are used in India, all are belongs to this. And Unicode. So concept or compiler interpreter we'll discuss in this. Operating system, why we need operating system, we'll discuss about it. And concept of computing and the cloud services, we'll discuss about it. And blockchain technology also. So these all will be covering in a class 11. This is a chapter 1. All topics will be covered up. So first I'm going to discuss about the what is computer. All of you know about the what is computer. Computer is an electronic device. It is a device under the control of instructions stored in its memory that can be accept data, input, process, and data according to specified rules. That is which are rules? Programs produce the information output and store the information for a future use. So basically computer, what is computer? It is a device. So computer is a device but without any programming operating system, and without any programming it is just like a dead box. So here we'll discuss about the what are data versus information. What is data and what is information, both difference between data and information. So what is data? Data is a raw number of other findings which by themselves are of a limited value. What is data? Any value. See, I am talking about your roll number, your name, your class, all these are related to data. So data can be any. It is a raw material. So that can be after processing what come up, that is called information. So data versus information is a data that has been converted into a meaningful and the useful content. So that is called information. Data can be any. It is a raw material. See, anything you want to make anything. Just I am giving you example of tea. You need a pan. You need a water, sugar, tea leaves, milk. After boiling, you get the output, that is a complete tea. So just like a data can be any. So after processing, which come up the meaningful information, that is called information. Your computers are being used extremely nowadays, everyday life, every field, in the form of laptop, desktop, smartphone, gadgets, etc. So computer are using in every field, everywhere. Without computer, So see, I'm talking about the smartphone we are using. Without smartphone, when we are sleeping, when we are going somewhere, everywhere we are using a smartphone, just like a same gadget. All the that is a whole system that is in our palm. So computer are used everywhere. Here functionality of computer. Any digital computer perform five functions in a gross term. See here, take data as an input. First, it will take a data as an input. Second, stores data instructions. It will store in a computer memory and process those stored data. Whatever you are storing in, that will be processed by it and generate the output and control all above steps. So these are basically functionality of computers. See the basic you have seen in a class 9 10th also, these this type of diagram in a class 7 8 9 also. So basic computer organization, this is a diagram where input device, from input device, what is input? That is a keyboard. From keyboard, mouse, you are inputting anything that goes into the CPU, central processing unit. And it is also categorized in a three parts: control unit, CU, ALU, and MU. CU for control unit, ALU for arithmetic logical unit, MU for memory unit. So everything related to this. It is called microprocessor unit. And after processing, when we get the output, that is a monitor, printer, we get the output. So this is a basic computer organization. The function of computer, which is a part of device. Here input and output device, you all know input, which are a input device, which are a output device. Input means a device through which data and programs from the outside world enter the computer system, which you input inside a computer, that is called input device. There are so many input devices are there, we will discuss later. And output unit, output means after processing which we get the final output, that is the output unit, the device through which results stored in a computer memory are made available outside the computer organization. Here we'll discuss about the control unit. Control unit, it is organize a computer to work computer as a single unit. So control unit organize computer to work. How computer will work? It control all the parts of computer. And second, arithmetic logical unit. So everything which is related to logical, arithmetical operator, all operators can be done in a ALU. See, perform a basic arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. Perform logical operators such as and, or, not. Most modern ALU, small amount of special storage units called a register that can be accessed faster than the main memory. So it is all done in a ALU, arithmetic logical unit. Next is a MU, that is a memory unit, a collection of cells. A collection of cells each with the unique physical address. Most computers are byte addressable. See, anything which we are storing in computer, that according to any cells. Here I am talking about these are a binary numbers which are storing in this. These are a different cells are given. Here it have a basic address also. The contents which are stored inside of this, it has a address. So cell at address that contain a this. So any value, see, I am declaring any variable with the value that is stored in a computer memory, and it have its address. So each and every value store in a computer memory that have its address. See how it will categorize: bit, nibble, byte. So see, bit is a binary digit, that is a 0 or 1. What is bit? Bit is a binary digit. It is a 0 means 1 or 0. 1 means on, 0 means off. It is a binary B. So here nibble is a half of 1 byte. 8 bit, half of 8, that is called bit. 8 bit half, that is called 4 bit, it is called nibble. And next is a byte, octet, 8 bits. 8 bits means 1 byte. It will be 1 byte. 8 bit equal 1 byte. So kilobyte, 1024 bytes equal 1 kilobyte. 1024 bytes equal 1 kilobyte. So 1024 kilobytes equal 1 megabyte MB, and 1024 megabyte equal 1 gigabyte GB. It is called GB. And 1024 gigabyte equal 1 terabyte. You can say TB. And 1024 TB equal 1 petabyte. It is called PB, petabyte. And 1024 PB, petabyte equal 1 zettabyte. So 1024 EB, this is a YB, this is a mistake, YB yottabyte. And 1024 zettabyte equal 1 yottabyte. So these are a configuration of memory, which is a storage. Nowadays, earlier we have a kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte. Nowadays hard disk also coming in a PB, zettabyte, and yottabyte. These are coming now. It has a vast storage capacity. So now we'll discuss about the RAM and ROM. So RAM is a random access memory, RAM, memory in which each location can be accessed and changed. That is called RAM. RAM means memory in each location can be accessed. From each location we can access and change. It is a changeable, that is a RAM. RAM is a temporary memory. It is also called temporary memory. Whenever you switch off your system, everything which is stored in a RAM will be washed out. And another is a ROM. ROM is a read-only memory. Here, memory in which each location can be accessed. Each location can be accessed but not changed. It cannot be changed. That is called ROM. RAM is a volatile, ROM is a non-volatile. So remember one thing, RAM is a volatile, means everything which is in a RAM will be washable, automatically removable. And here ROM is a permanent memory. Everything which is stored in a ROM is a not changeable, and only you can access. All program are stored in a ROM only. So here we'll discuss about the secondary storage device. That is a magnetic tape. You all know about it. So what is magnetic tape? It is a storage external device. Secondary. Nowadays, so we are using pen drive, not CD. That earlier we used the floppy disk. Nobody now. So we have a phone memory and other storage device. This is also secondary storage device. Hard disk also there. Secondary hard disk can be used. Movable hard disk. It is an external hard disk, not fixed with the computer CPU, but it is a external. You can use just like a pen drive or other device, connect with the CPU and you can use here. So fixed hard SSD and movable SSD. Here a hard disk is a set of stacked disk. Each disk has a data recorded. Each disk have a data recorded electromagnetically in a concentric circle and tracks on the disk. Each track, see here, these are a circle type. Then here there will be tracks which data can be stored in this. And hard drive types are parallel advanced technology attachment, that is a PATA, and another is a serial ETA. You can say SATA and PATA. These are a name given to the hard disk. And small computer system interface, that is a CSSI. And another solid state device. These are the hard disk different name which is related. This is a SATA is the old one. Now it is a advanced one, parallel advanced technology attachment. Now earlier it was used. So up to 12 TB size SSD is available in the market. Nowadays, so more than this also. Here we'll discuss about the input devices. So input device, what is input device? So which you are inputting data in this. Input device can send data or information to the computer or another device. So first we'll talk about the keyboard. Keyboard, it is an input device which sends data into the computer. The data sent depends on the key pressed by the user. Any key which you are pressing by key, that data can be sent to the CPU. So another input device is a mouse. Mouse is a small handheld input device which controls a cursor in the graphical user interface. It can move and select text files, folders and on our computer according to the user input. So another is a scanner. Scanner optically reads and documents file or the image. Scanner what does? Scanner optically reads documents. Any documents which you want to scan, that reads by the scanner file or image and then changes it into a digital signal and send it to the computer. So another OMR, optical mark reader recognition, you can say, and it is used to read the mark on the documents and send them to the computer. See, some you have seen the some competition exam which is shaded by pencil and dark circle and square shaded with the that these type of document read by the OMR. So OCR, optical character reader, stand for a, and it is input device which read the printed text and the send it to the computer. OCR, optical character recognition. So next, MICR, it is a magnetic ink character reader. It is an input device which generally find application in the bank. You have seen the bank below the check, there are special type of characters are these. Such type of checks and all some such type of documents can be read by MICR. It is also input device. Another is a microphone. It is a recordable. It receives audio generated by some input source and sent to the computer. Another is a webcam. Webcam you have seen your laptop or cameras, all these. It stand it send the capture image to the computer. Any media you can see online also. Graphic tablets, this input device is used to draw using a hand. Graphic tablet, with the hand, your finger, you can draw anything in your tablet. Track balls is also there, and upside down mouse encased within the socket. It is a cursor control device. Trackball, you can track a ball with the help of this. Another is a barcode reader. You have seen in the different markets, malls over there. It is used to read the barcode and various item and the feed into some computer. So you have seen the different product with the lines, that is a barcode bar. So it can be read by barcode reader. Another is a game pad, also known as a joy pad. It is an input controller to video games. Joystick, you have seen a game pad. It is a different, joystick is a different. And this input device are used to control a video games. Joystick you have seen just like a gear of your car and all. So just like a, you can use handle over there. So another output device is a device that can receive data from a computer or another device and create a output with the data is called output device. For example, various output devices are monitor, speaker and projector. See here, monitor is an output device. It is responsible to receive a data from a computer and display that information as a text, image or the other user. Anything you can display over there, that is a it is called output device. Only soft copy can be viewed in a monitor. And speaker, that is also output device. It receives the sound signal from a computer and then play that sound signal in that. Here you can hear music and any other audio. Another is a projector, get data from a computer and display the project the same information onto a screen or the wall. And projector cannot directly accept data. It cannot accept data directly from source, your laptop, desktop. You can use with the projector, you can display in the any screen or wall. So accept data from a user and send the data to the another device. Both input and output devices, input device and output device capable to receiving data from a user or another device and also sending data to the another devices or computer. That means a device which can be used as a both input device and the output devices are called input output IO. Sometimes you have seen IO, this is a input and output device. Some example of input and output devices are USB drive. It is a it is known as a pen drive. Flash stick work as a both input device to the computer as well as output device. So here you can get the any information from USB and you can store in it. USB drives receive the same data from a computer as an input and it can also send the data to a computer and another devices. Now next, FaxMile is a fax machine, has a scanner which is input device and small printer to provide a output. It is a machine, fax machine. Whatever you are sending, it receive over there and it print the same. Next, modem. Modems are modulator and demodulator. It is used to transmit the received data from a computer to the another computer or other devices like a telephone lines. So what does modem? It modulate and demodulate the data. Any data which that is a form of text, image, sound, video that can be converted into a analog signal and sent to one place to another place by using analog signal. So another is a CD, RW, readable, writable drive, and DVD. RW means readable and writable device. Receive data from a computer as input, a copy into a save into the writable CD and DVD. We also use CDs and DVD to transfer the data into a computer. Next is a touch screen. You have seen your mobile have a touch screen, and any notepad, tablet, these are a touch screen. Laptop also touch screen. Is a both input and output devices. By touching the screen input and providing the screen, it is used as an input device. Another is a handset. Headset consists of speakers as an output device, as a microphone, and functions as an input device. It functions as a input device. Now see, there is a mobile phone operating system is there. A mobile phone is essentially a two-way radio consisting of a radio transmitter and radio receiver. See how to transmit and how to receive with the signal. These are radio waves. It is called radio wave. See mobile, and this is a signal goes to the another tower. You have seen some towers are in your areas, and from tower there is a signal to another local wireless access point. So this is an example of mobile operating system. Mobile operating system also allow to send and receive the data, transmit and receiver. So mobile phone is essentially two-way radio consisting of the radio transmitter and the radio receiver. See, this is a transmit and this is receiver. Transmit, receiver. So this is an example of mobile operating system. Mobile system phone components are a circuit board as a brain of the phone. It is just like a CPU. And antenna, you have seen signals are sometimes your home there is a no signal. Signals are shown in the top of the, that is just like a rays. And liquid crystal display LCD is there. Keypad is there or touch screen. Microphone which can be for audible and and speakers are also there, and battery. These are components of mobile phone. So different type of touch screen are there. TFT, what it is called, thin film transistor, that it is also called LCD display, is used to better image quality and the high resolution. It is used for high resolution. And IPS means in place switching. It is also LCD are somewhat advantages of TFT. TFT LCD in the way that they are improve the display in the more battery friendly, and hence they are found in the high and the phone, high end phones. So resistive and capacitive, and these are, there are generally two types of touch screen. These are LCD and TFT is there. and capacitor resistor, and the touch screen has two layers of the conductive material with a small gap between them, while capacitor touch screen consists of the layer of the glass coated with the transparent conductor. It has a transparent conductor, and capacitive screen tend to be more responsible for the resistance, and the screen therefore found the high end phones mostly. And next is a organic light emitting diode, and it is a newer technology. This is a newer technology, the current latest technology in a mobile phone, and monitors to display, they are better than the LCD because they are offer the fast response time, wider viewing angles, and the higher brightness. AMOLED active matrix organic light emitting diodes, and the super AMOLED display, that is a, it is called passive matrix diodes. So these are the features of mobile system. Smartphones are also their battery and their types. Battery play the huge role of the any smartphone. Without battery, that is a dead. And lithium polymer batteries. Lithium polymer batteries are used in a mobile smartphone, are the most advanced batteries available in the market. Right now, these are made of the plastic instead of the metal, which makes them enabled on the enable on a smartphone in any type. The lithium polymer batteries do not suffer from the memory effect. Any memory will be effect, it does not affect. Offer the 40% more battery life than the other. It is a better than other batteries. So next is a lithium ion batteries. This is a polymer and this is a ion batteries. Are advanced and allow for the high charge capacity. It has a high charge capacity based on the size and the weight of the battery. However, these are slightly expensive. These are expensive than the polymer, and batteries will not remember here charge cycle, and the result, the battery's capacity will not be reduced. So next is a nickel metal hybrid batteries. These are continuum batteries, and these are also cells and suffer from the memory affected, and the memory effect will be result and reducing the capacity of the batteries and its lifespan as well. At it is these above batteries are good for, and this is not a it will not suffer from a memory effect. And next one, the nickel metal hybrid batteries, this kind of upgraded to the nickel, and the cadmium batteries, and these boost the same size as the latter. Nickel metal hybrid batteries are 30 to 40% more batteries used than the other. So here battery size measured by the mAh, like a 2000, 4000, and these battery size can be measured by like this. This is a mobile system organization. Here RF transmitter and SIM radio signal management. Here after this it will signal over there and it goes to the here. See here, this is just like a CPU, and the communicate on the processor, digital signal processor. It is just CPU of the mobile, and also APU, application processing unit, and the GPU, graphic processing unit. It is a CPU of mobile phone. From here it will, this is a touch interface, keyboard and the touch screen. It will display here. And now camera, also there, image signal processor there. Then here RAM and ROM. These are a processing memory here. And in this codec and ADC and DAC. These are the part of this organization. And it is a external storage. It has a external storage also. Power management, battery pack and battery magnet and charger. It can be managed like this. Then it will go to the next. Speaker. These are a type of speaker. This is a memory and this is processing unit and this is the output. Just like all about CPU. So here we'll discuss about the development of computer. And first it was a abacus, known to be as a first mechanical calculating device which has used to be perform addition and subtraction easily and speedily. And this device was the first developed ED by the Egyptian on the 10th century BC, but was given it final shape in the 12th century AD by the Chinese educator. Here Napier born have developed the John Napier's Scotland and invented calculating device. He has invented calculating device in the year 1617 called the Napier bonds. In this device, Napier used to bond rows of the counting purpose of the sum numbers. It printed on the roads, just like a road. It can be printed over there. These roads that one can be addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division easily. So next was the Pascal calculator. It was the year 1642. Based on the Pascal, French scientists invented it. It is a machine called the Pascal calculator, which represents the position of the digital with the help of the gears in it. With the help of gear, it can be work. Next, Leibniz calculator in the 1671. This year it was developed. German mathematics Gottfried and Leibniz modified the Pascal calculator and he developed the machine which could perform a various calculator based on the multiple and division as well. So here analytical engine also 1833 scientist from the England known as the Charles Babbage invented such machine and which could keep a data safely. This device was the first mathematical computer. Charles Babbage is known as the father of computer. So these are the generation of computer. First generation 1944 to 59, and here vacuum tubes were used. And second generation 1959 to 64, here transistors were used. And third generation 64 to 75, large scale of integrated circuit were used. And fourth generation 1975, and it was a very large scale integrated circuit were used in this year, this generation. And fifth under the development Intel artificial intelligence based on the computer. Nowadays this artificial intelligence is in the main focus on this. So now here we'll discuss about the software used in a computer. and it is a organized instruction code written by the programmers using any of the various special computer languages for the scientific purpose. So without software, computer is a dumb machine. So first we need a operating system. So here that is a application software. It's handle the specialized common tasks to user want to perform, such as a banking, hotel management, and data processing and word processing, etc. All work in the application software. Now, system software controls the basic function of a computer and hits the complexity of computer system from user and application software. Example: operating system, compiler, interpreter, etc. These are under the operating system or system software. Utility software, which help to manage the maintain and control a computer. So utility mean anything just like a antivirus software, cleanup, backup, disk fragmentation. These are under the utility software. So now here we'll discuss about the all operating system. What is operating system? An operating system is a system program that control and manage the computer resources. Resource manager, it is called resource manager, so that application software can run on it. For example, Microsoft Windows and Solaris, Linux, Mac operating system, Ubuntu, Apple, iPhone OS, these all are under the operating system. How operating system work? See here, first user, then software, then operating system, then hardware. First user, you have to operate, you will switch on, switch off, then software will work there, then it will work accordingly operating system, then it goes to the hardware will work here. See how any computers is a mobile device, the operating system can be termed as a backbone when it comes to the software. This is because it has to be there before another programs can be run. It works as a middleman. Operating system just work as a middleman interface between the machine and the user. At the simplest level, an operating system does two things. It manages and hardware resources of the computer system. Those resources include the such things as the processor, memory, disk space, etc. And it provides the stable, consistent way to applications to deal with the hardware without having to know all the details of the hardware. The function of operating system: first, processor management. It process the management, loads, schedules, and execute the process program. And second, memory management, allocates and deallocate. Memory can be allocated and deallocated. Memory for the program execution, how much time it will take, it will allocate and deallocate. Device management, here communicate with the control various input output devices, so device management is a compulsory. And store management, storage management, manage the control and stores storage device to provide the space of the program execution or data save. Now next, application interface. API drivers provides the way to application to make the use of the hardware subsystem. So here application interface will make you that can be work as a API. So next is a user interface, structure for a interaction between the user and computer, that is called user interface. Whenever we operate our system, So we user and computer both are interaction between the both. So that is called user interface. So single types of operating system are single user operating system, single user or single task. These operating system work as a single task and single user at a time. One person can work one time. So single user multitasking operating system. Single user can work in the multitask. You are person is a one, but he is doing multitask. That is called multitasking. User operating system work more than one task and process them accurately at a time. Windows 95 later version of Windows, it is a multitasking. Multi-user operating system. Now, these multi-user operating system allow to access the same data or the information at a time of the network. It is called Unix, Linux, Windows 7. So it is a multi-user operating system. And next is a multi-processing operating system. Here the single process and more processing, all the processing and their management task please parallel way. Hence operating system are used to called as a parallel processing. Parallel processing is going on, that is called. It is also Linux, Unix and Windows 7. So next is a embedded operating system. These are embedded or a device which is located in a room. It is located in a room operating system as a microwaves, washing machine. You have seen embedded according to your whatever given points and any functions is given according to it will work. So it is embedded operating system. Next is a distributed operating system. These operating system computer work in the cooperation as each other distribution operation which task for any task how many times is given for particular task, that is a distributed operating system. So here we will discuss about the later for this about system software and another programming software we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you and hope you understand this.